Hello everyone, in this video I will explain how to play Liberator and Celestia according to my personal approach. Naturally, every player has their own style of gameplay, so I hope this video can serve as a reference and offer some insight on how to play Liberator and Celestia effectively. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to help me grow my YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get started. We will begin with Liberator. This class excels at clearing, but his skill rotation can be somewhat complex, especially under specific circumstances. There are a few key points that I would like to highlight. First, Obsidian Darkness Bead Management, or Liberator Special Resource Management. Obsidian Darkness Beads are essential for enhancing damage as they trigger a buff effect. Therefore, it is crucial to maintain the maximum count of 5 Obsidian Darkness Beads to gain the full buff of Obsidian Moon, which provides significant advantages. You can acquire 2 Obsidian Beads by rotating the moon phases from New Moon back to New Moon, or with a single awakening. A unique aspect of the Liberator's Obsidian Beads compared to other special resources is that they can be only fully charged using the Spiera's V key. It should be noted that so far there has been no development regarding the replenishment of the Liberator special resource other than through Spiera. Of course, as time goes on, there may be avalanche patch related to the replenishment of the Liberator special resource that allowed it to be filled by means other than Spiera. Second, Moon Management. Liberator basically uses the new moon system, and the moon phase in this class can be changed each time we cast a skill. Moon Management refers to timing your skill cast correctly. It is important to take note that every time the moon rotates back to New Moon, you gain 2 points of Obsidian Darkness Beads. However, aside from refilling the beads, the moon can also be used as an alternative to reduce skill cooldowns by awakening during the half moon phase. I have a few tips for this, such as awaken when the moon illustrates the dark blue on the left side and the white on the right side. Why? Because you can use the same skill twice with a 2-second gap in between without getting confused when to awaken again on New Moon, allowing you to cast Persuade or New Moon Shadow as a transition like this. It can be observed that when we awaken during this half moon phase, you can return to the New Moon again. However, if you use this half moon phase, you will stop at the full moon, and you need to cast another skill first before you can return to the New Moon. Third, Positioning. Regarding positioning, one critical aspect to understand is that the key stack skill for Liberator is Silent Abyss, which produces a long, rectangular crystal formation. The skill is highly effective against large bosses as its damage output is substantial. However, for smaller monster or bosses, it is necessary to adjust your positioning carefully to ensure the boss or monster is centered between the 2 crystals like this. The damage output is different if it only hits 1 box of Silent Abyss crystals. A significant difference can be seen in here. The difference is almost 3 times if we can position ourselves correctly while casting Silent Abyss. Other than that, we can use Persuade and New Moon Shadow. Another skill such as Instant Opening and Shadow Fang can be casted when we are close to the boss. Furthermore, Shadow Ambush for unmod skill can be used for clearing, and the mod skill used for bossing. Fourth, Skill to Bring and Skill Rotation. For me personally, I use this set of skill for either normal dungeons or raid dungeons, but you could have just set your skill as what you like to bring. Feel free. The skill rotation if there's an Spiera on the party will be like this. And if there's no next Spiera on the party, will be like this. Don't forget to use your Obsidian Moon every 30 seconds and Needle Ice every 20 seconds, or even better cast it amid of your skill rotation, so you don't have to wait 20 seconds to cast those skills again. Move on to Celestia. The class possesses numerous buffs and debuffs, leading most Celestia users to play as a support. However, with appropriate equipment, this class can also contribute on dealing damage. There are many things that Celestia's new users need to know. First, skills that have different effects. 2 crucial skills to focus on are Natal Chart and Horary. Let's discuss Natal Chart first. There are 3 effects on Natal Chart. First, Infortune. This buff has a 50% chance of activation, providing allies with a special cooldown acceleration of 1.2 times. This buff is visually represented by a leftward facing arrow. Unfortune. This buff has a 49% chance of activation, granting allies a 5% MP recovery per second. It is visually represented by a rightward facing arrow. Unknown. This buff has a 1% chance of activation, allowing the simultaneous acquisition of both buffs with enhanced effect. It is visually represented by an upward facing blue arrow. The duration of this buff lasts for 40 seconds. Most DPS players desire the Infortune buffs for skill cooldown acceleration or the Unknown buffs for the benefit of both buffs. There are tips for players engaging in gacha mechanics to obtain these buffs, as many Celestia users are unsure how to identify the buffs they receive. The method is to observe your character. When the Infortune and Unknown effect activate, party member will receive an additional 15 seconds of Aura's Awakening. Therefore, you can determine the buff you have acquired by observing your character during the casting of Natal Shard, whether your character is in awakened state. Moving on to second skill, Hurry, which also provides 4 buffs. First, Collection of Lights. This blue buff increases all allies' damage for 10 seconds. Second, Void of Curse. This purple buff allows hits to ignore 100% of damage for a second. This skill can be characterized as a one-hit skill. Third, Judgment. These yellow buffs ensure that the party member with a special resource will not lose it and will remain at full capacity for 8 seconds. Fourth, Culmination. This white buff activates the 3 preceding buffs simultaneously for 15 seconds. It is important to take a note that each buff has its respective duration from the moment we enter a dungeon. Consequently, players can anticipate when they will receive the desired buff without needing to engage in gacha mechanics, as seen with Natal Shard. Furthermore, players can directly acquire the Unknown buffs for Natal Shard and the Culmination on Herari buffs by utilizing the hyperactive level 99 skill called Luminary. While this hyperactive mode is activated, the buffs from Natal Shard and Luminary will consistently yield Unknown and Culmination effect. Some may argue that using hyperactive may waste precious seconds due to the length animation. However, this concern is mitigated as players can cancel hyperactive using a mana break when attacked by monster or bosses. Positioning. For the skill stack of Celestia, players typically use Celestias, which is visually represented as a circle. The hitbox of Celestias requires positioning the monster or boss at the periphery of the circle. Observing the damage output difference when positioning the monster or boss at the center versus the edge of the circle reveals a significant disparity in damage. Other skills can be adjusted according to their respective cooldowns. Skill Supering and Skill Rotation. It is essential to take a note that each time you cast a skill classified as a horoscope skill, the cooldown of other skill will decrease by 3 seconds. This mechanism allows Celestia users to focus less on skill cooldown management. Additionally, if you still found that the cooldown reduction is still insufficient, you can utilize Dog and Wolf or Polaris to further decrease cooldowns. This is my skill set and I recommend the following rotation. For first support and DPS power, ensure you can rotate effectively to spam Nebula. The skill provides numerous buffs that significantly enhance your attack support, especially for those playing as a support characters. For DPS players, it can also boost your damage output. Circulation card. There are 4 cards with different effects. First, Aquarius, which increases magical attack power. Leo, which increases physical or magical defense and HP. Scorpio, which grants a 50% hit probable ignore effect against monster or bosses. Gemini, which blocks 80% damage upon casting and reduces skill cooldown by 0.5 seconds. For physical parties, consider using Leo and Gemini. For magical parties, you can use Aquarius and Gemini or Leo, depending on the situation and the DPS request. For DPS roles, utilize Aquarius and Scorpio for more damage. Alright, I think that's all my explanation outlines on how to effectively play Liberator and Celestia. I hope this video serves as a helpful reference for your gameplay. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button to support my YouTube channel. This is Saskavia signing off. Goodbye.